Okay, so Fit America back at you, kind of doing a gear review with this Big Agnes Fly Creek, and spent the night in it. Had a little bit of difficulty because it came down to 30 degrees and it's been snowing, and so I really pushed that Thi-Insulate bag quite a lot. I had a Neo Air and a pad, and that emergency blanket that you see there underneath, and it's like a tarp, and I had to put on some clothing and put on a pair of snow pants and wrapped up in another tarp like that one on the ground, and it's supposed to be like the emergency preparedness. You know, the Mylar sheets is supposed to be emergency, you know, heat. It throws your heat back at you, and it worked to some extent so that it saved my heat, but it did not make me toasty warm, and I had to put my snow pants on. And I think because it got a lot of condensation on, even though I was breathing through the balaclava. So yeah, it was a difficult night, but I did get through with it about 6:30 a.m. I just got up and changed and went in the house, and I don't have any fuel for my reactor yet because I just got it. So I just went in, had breakfast, and came back out in the tent, changed, and acted like I was like getting up and getting ready to go hiking. So yeah, I survived, and the other problem I had was the depth of the tent is great, but it's got a narrow foot box at the end, which is great. Plenty of room for your feet, plenty of room for your bag and stuff, but as far as putting the pack back there, it doesn't go transverse, and there just wasn't enough room on the sides for my pack to be laying alongside me. And when I put it in the vestibule, it stuck out the end of the vestibule, and I don't have the vestibule guide out right now. It's I had it in front of the door to kind of prevent some of the wind coming in, but it guides out here, and it has a arc kind of entryway, and but if I put my pack down across the way, it works, and I just have to move it to get out in and out of the tent. It's kind of convenient for just like reaching out in your vestibule, having it handy, as long as I do that extra work to move the pack in and out of the way to get in and out of my tent. I'm not going to be getting in and out a whole lot, probably, because I'm just getting up and going the next day, so I'm not going to be staying at one site, and you know, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, I had a pretty good time, and so that's it for this gear review, and we'll think about continuing to use the tent, maybe not as a 4-season tent, but because its breathability is a little bit too. It just doesn't do well in low temperatures, and it would probably do good in snow, however. And if you have a 20 or a 0-degree bag, it would work out just fine because of the shape of it, and you can have a you can set this up in the rain or the snow by turning this pole upside down. After you assemble the pole, this triple part here, just turn it upside down and put the clips on here, the grommet there and the grommet there. And if you put this yellow bottom facing towards this, it will protect the interior fly and hold this fly over the pole, so it kind of protects the inside body of the tent between the floor and the tent, and allows you to get some stability to set this up. And then all you got to do is flip it and turn it back up on this side, and then it's like semi freestanding, and you can just like put the fly along the pole and then pull the body along underneath, so that you can hook up the back end. So it does work, but it's much easier if you have the ground sheet that comes with it, and not just using the emergency tarp. I just have not bought it because I didn't think it was so necessary, but I see the value in it, that you can set it up, because the tarp that comes with it is like the same size as the floor footprint and has the grommets in it, so you can set it up without the interior body in a body. You don't have to use the body of the tent, and it's called a quick fly setup. So you just have the fly of the tent, the gray part that you see on the outside, and then but that allows no bathtub or anything, and no bug protection with the interior bug body, and so you could get insects and stuff coming up underneath the edge of your fly on both sides. You could, on a particularly cold night, you can end up with a snake curled up underneath your sleeping bag or something. So I trust Aaron wouldn't do that to me, but just, on principle's sake, if you trust Aaron, maybe you won't get so much problems with bugs or mice or chipmunks or what are those things on the PCT, mongooses or something. I forget what they're called. They look like rodents, but kind of a cross between a squirrel and a chipmunk or so. But these things can, eat at your stuff, and they smell food real good, and so they're likely to get into stuff. Anyway, so it's much easier to have the ground sheet to do the rain setup or the snow setup, and you can just put the ground tarp on each side in the grommet, and then throw the body of the tent inside, and then you can just do a quick attachment of the body while you get in the tent, and so you and the body of the tent are kind of dry. So that's my gear review for now, and so back at you later. Yeah, it was a good successful day and a good successful night, so back at you later.